Hello, hi, hey, I am Jakara and Holman, and we are at the red carpet for the Twin Cities Film Fest. And I'm here with who? Introduce yourself so we all know who we're speaking to.
I'm Tracie Laymon. I'm the writer, director, and one of the producers of Bob Trevino Likes It.
Bob Trevino Likes It. I just came from the showing of Bob Trevino Likes It, and oh my goodness, it was so good. And there were so many bad things happening that made it so good. I'm one of the people that like talks to the screen, and I'm like, how dare he? How dare he? Please tell me what went into the writing of your film.
Well, it is fiction, but it was inspired by a true story in my life, and so I think my heart went into it, and all the actors' hearts went into it, and we found that our lives were very similar, and it was kind of like a Venn diagram of where our lives overlapped, and the movie was in between parts. We did find out there was no shortage of narcissistic fathers in the world. We all seem to have one. So.
Yeah, the story. You have to watch it. It is so good. The way things turn and unfold. And it's like, at first we're like, eyebrow raised. Like, is she really befriending someone on social media? But then that friendship just turns out to be so beautiful. So beautiful. And was this forever your intention when writing?
Yeah, I have had a lot of like older men that I thought were my friend and hit on me, and like we all have, right? And then it really hurt my feelings. And that this friend in my life that inspired the story, he never did that. He was just kind for the sake of being kind. And this movie is about the kindness of a stranger and how it can really change your life. And so I think instead of looking at people in our lives, no matter what their age or backgrounds or anything like that, we try to see people, see them for who they are. And I think that's one of the most beautiful things in this story is these two people are just seeing each other. They're just being present with each other.
And in actuality, it's like they need each other, like that friendship. Because though Bob Trevino made it very clear to Lily, I am not your dad, I am not your father, I did not father you, he still took on a very fatherly role in her life and still, made it a point to add some value in the voids of her life.
Yeah, she's a daughter without a dad, and he's a father without a kid. And so these two broken people they're such people pleasers, and they always give to others, but for the first time they're giving to the right person, and that person's giving back, and so that reciprocity I think is everything.
That's beautiful. How do you go about casting for your films?
I'm really an actor's director, and most of my stuff is very performance driven. So I just look at a lot of their work, and I try to look at who they are. I watch a lot of interviews and look at how they treat people. Like I don't want to work with any jerks. And especially my stuff is so heartfelt. So I really need kind people, and I kind of think a lot of the time I'm casting hearts. And so I saw Barbie's heart, I saw John's heart. French is a very good friend, even though he plays a kind of very rough character. He has a wonderful heart. And Lauren Lolo Spencer, who plays Daphne, just one of the best people in the world, and Rachel Bay Jones. So I really just looked at who are these people, and I'm putting together this little family. Like, how are they going to work together?
The whole time I was watching, I was like, I think I have watched Lauren Lolo Spencer on Instagram. I think I followed her for some time. She puts out amazing content as like an influencer, and it's like, oh my God, it's so beautiful to see the people whose lives you kind of follow perform.
Yeah, and she was in a movie called Give Me Liberty. That's the first movie I saw with her. And this is only her second movie, by the way, but her first movie, she got nominated for Indie Spirit Award. It was introducing Lauren Lolo Spencer right out the gate, Indie Spirit nomination, and she was also on the show Sex Lives of College Girls. So this is kind of her third project, which is very exciting. I also follow her, and she's an important people to a lot of people, and she's a disability influencer and also a fashionista and just an incredible actress. So I was I wrote the role for her, so I never went to anybody else. And she took so long to read, and I was like, is she gonna like it? There's no backup to Lauren Lolo Spencer. There's not a list for Lauren Lolo Spencer, so thank God she came back and said she wanted to do it, so I was grateful.
That's amazing. Now let's talk about this being a part of the Her series, where we are giving light to our female presenting directors. Yeah. Why is this moment important to you?
I think, I shot this movie with I like to say feminine lens, because I'm also inviting men in to experience the story. And I think movies that shoot with a feminine lens or feminine POV, which to me is like maybe the protagonist gender, and the way that the filmmaker looks at the world, also the audience makes up part of that, so, and how they're going to receive it. So I just wanted to ask people to not look at these characters, but see them, and also come and be there, be present with them. And so the way we shot it, we were, nobody's ever sexualized in this movie, and it doesn't mean you can't have a feminine lens on those kind of scenes as well, but we're just inviting people of all genders to have this feminine experience, and it's feminine empowerment. It's this movie has feminine empowerment, has female friendships, and so I think the more people who look at the world through that kind of lens can make movies, the kind of healthier I think we'll all be. We've had like 100 years of cinema in the male gaze. It's kind of time to experience this in a different way.
Okay, that is beautiful. Now, I have to ask, what is next for you?
So I did finish a new script. I'm very excited, and I do feel like if people like Bob Trevino, they'll like the new one, because I did a reading of it, and it's a similar tone. It's also inspired by a true story, and then I'm reading a lot, and there's something I'm pitching on that I'm really excited about that has a lot of heart and is a movie really about second chances, which means a lot to me. So.
That is so beautiful. Well, I am all about second chances and an actress too, by the way. Well, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for coming all the way to Minnesota to share your production for us. Do you have any last words or shout outs or, tips for the next person that wants to do what it is that you are doing?
I just think film festivals like Twin Cities Film Festival are really what give us as indie filmmakers a chance to learn, to relate to audiences, to meet people, to talk about our films, and without I wasn't doing film festivals with my shorts for like 20 years, so, and without that, I wouldn't have been ready to do this feature. There's no way. So film festivals are so important, and film festival audiences are so important, the staff is so important, and this press is so important. So I just hope to come back with the next one, and thank you to Twin Cities Film Festival.
Bob Trevino likes it here at the Twin Cities Film Fest. I am Jakara with director Tracie.